There's no such thing as spoilers for me.
People use the word quirk instead of mutation. Read some X-Men. Grow up.
But that's
a dangerous world. Like, you got to deal with people with powers breaking, blowing. Oh wait, never mind.
You want me to say dead puppies and ugly nuns as the character? He says yes.
He stopped and he turned and looked at me through the window and he went, "That was you."
This is just gonna morph into an
It's gonna morph into it. Yeah.
You're watching convention coverage.
Real quick, some of you might be confused. It's like, why is this my hero panel? Why is this guy wearing a Trafalgar Law hat, even though he plays Mihawk? This is very confusing, because anime fans are awesome, and someone gave me this hat. They said, "I like that Trafalgar hat, man. It's a really cool hat." This morning, she walks up, "Here, I'm giving you a Trafalgar hat." So, I love you guys. Anime fans are the best. Thank you so much.
You guys are great.
And when I get back to Houston, I'm wearing this to the club.
Okay. Hi, I'm Phil Parsons, and I voice the very small but I think important role of Tenya's older brother, the original Ingenium, Tensei Ida.
Such a good boy. I'm Ian Sinclair. I'm Shoji. Exactly.
Hi, everybody. I'm John Gremillion, and I play gentle criminal at your service in season 4. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Oh, look.
Hi, I'm Anthony Bowling. I play a few. I started as Hiryu Rin from Class 1B. He's got the scales, and then I also play Chronostasis, Overhaul's right-hand guy.
Oh, dude.
And then in the recent season, I get to be Skeptic. The guy who's on top with the thing where he's like,
"Oh, you're in trouble, dude. You're in
Got to
trouble.
be that, so.
You're in such trouble."
I get to be villains and heroes, so I've done
awesome,
a lot.
dude.
I don't know what that's like.
Cool, dude. That's awesome.
You know.
I'm Clifford Chapin. I'm Katsuki Bakugo.
Who's that? I don't know.
He's got it. Doesn't he have a new name though? What's his new full name?
Great explosion, murder god, dynamite.
Yes.
There you go. I like that. I know that guy. Okay.
Okay, that guy.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm Cris George. I play Sato, Death Arms, and Gigantomachia.
During the training camp arc, when it was first revealed to you that Bakugo got kidnapped by the LOV, what was going through your mind at the time?
It wasn't a big surprise. I knew that was coming. Typically, whenever something really big happens for Bakugo in the manga, people start tagging me on Twitter about it.
Yeah, whether you want to avoid it or not.
So there's no such thing as spoilers for me because it's all spoilers, you know. So like, so I knew there was that coming up. I knew that there was going to be the thing where they try and recruit him into the League of Villains. But it was exciting. I knew that was a big moment. Whenever I know that there's a big moment coming up, it just gets me excited for it. And it was exciting to get to do that part, especially because it sort of established definitively that Bakugo was not Sasuke.
All right, thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
If you yourself could have any power, what would it be?
In the spirit of gentle criminal, I would be able to neutralize rude behavior. Just whoosh, freeze it. And half of social media would disappear overnight. But that's what I wish that my quirk was.
Always being able to say the right thing at the right time. You know?
That's a good one.
That'd be pretty solid.
My wife and I recently discussed what a broken thing it would be if you had if you got a genie and you could wish for anything, like what an incredibly broken wish it would be if you just wished for exceptionally high luck at all times. Like, so because then it's like even if something doesn't work out for you, you know it's because it's something better is gonna happen.
Awesome.
And so I want full on Domino from Deadpool to like just excruciatingly high luck.
I love it.
Sweet.
That's a good. See, I want that one. But if not that one, I want to talk to animals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just so I can talk to my dogs.
Does anybody on the show have a quirk of talking to animals?
Yes, it's.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah. Cool.
I'd want to freeze time. One of those mornings where you've had like 2 hours of sleep and you're wiped and you got to go be somewhere. I thought if I could just freeze time, sleep another 7 hours.
The ultimate snooze button quirk.
Yes.
Quirk, snooze button.
Or you're on the highway and you just kind of freeze everybody and zip around like you're in GTA and just get where you're going.
Freeze time to
Good
be
job.
here with you forever.
Forever.
You, the fans.
And thank you
Forever.
for the hat, my dear.
course.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. All right.
Before we jump into this, I just want to say Ian's trying to play a game where he's not going to answer any questions. So please point all your questions at Ian.
He's playing.
Who invented that game, Cliff?
Actually,
Who
I
invented
invented
that
that
game?
for large panels.
Stop
This is not
messing
a large
with the-
panel.
Stop messing with the fans. We just want your.
I'm not messing with the fans.
He's just,
Oh, here's a better answer. I don't know what shoji sounds like. I have to get a reference every time. I do like one line every year or 3. Like, I don't know what the dude sounds like.
know the feeling.
And I'm going to be real with y'all. Never seen the show, so I'm going to just lie for every answer. So you're going to be like, who's your favorite? And first of all, it's mutation, not quirk. Second of all, my answers are going to be X-Men based. So, is that better, Cliff? That better?
That's better.
Hell yeah,
Much
let's do
better.
this.
Is that what you wanted, Daddy? Is that
That
what
is
you wanted?
exactly what I
we
wanted,
want.
son. Thank
yes,
you.
sir. What's your question?
coincidence. My question is primarily for Ian.
Let's do it.
Other than welcome to
Primarily for Ian.
yeah, other than welcome to chime in.
It's going to be fun.
They want.
Let's see how this
Okay,
goes. Yeah.
so what quirk do you not want?
One that makes people use the word quirk instead of mutation. Read some X-Men. Grow up. What mutation? What was the question specifically?
what
Would I
quirk
not
do you
want?
not want?
Shojis. Literally, as a child, when I thought of all the mutations in X-Men and Marvel and everything like that, the one that I said, my God, I would never want was 6 Arms. 6 Arms Spider-Man, because like he'll never find love. He can't go to the store, and that's what they gave me.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Very welcome. All right.
This is for everyone but Ian.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Good for you. But I bet he's going to monopolize the answer.
Well, I already know his answer, I'm sure.
Go ahead.
Please let this question be anything
X-Men
about
based.
Please let this question be about X-Men.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask,
Yes.
what other world would you rather be in than My Hero Academia? What?
Oh, this should totally be.
What other world would we rather be?
I'd rather love to be in the
like-
Marvel Comics universe.
Marvel Comics.
Because I would have the chance to be an X-Man.
Can you do that in Ian's
That's a
voice?
dangerous world. That's like you got to deal with people with powers breaking, blowing. Oh wait, never mind.
Tell me more about it, Ian.
Even if it's like a Game of Thrones, like a live action world
Oh,
or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
Gosh, The Simpsons.
Oh, you stumped us.
That's what I do.
What other world?
We all know Ian's
Of any
answer's
other
horrible.
show, of any other show, the universe of any other
Futurama.
show?
I'll take
Futurama.
it. Yeah, I'll take
Sorry.
Yeah, Futurama or The Simpsons. That'd be really cool. Rick and Morty might be fun.
I'd
Got a
probably
short
be,
lifespan in a Rick and Morty show.
I'd be in the world of Star Trek, but of very specifically the Next Generation era,
Only next.
I mean,
where everybody was polite and respectful and had a good job and
Unlike here.
not this bitter, dark stuff they do now, but the 90s Star Trek.
oh, you want to work on DS9 then?
Yeah, right.
Cork's Bar.
And missed the chance to meet Scott Bakula?
Any fantasy world that's closest to D&D, if I could do magic in real life
sweet.
and walk around and just be like, I travel from town to town and I burn monsters and roast them over an open fire, and that's my life.
Do you think of those
Bowling
worlds
the
they-
Mage?
Yes.
Do you think in
bowling
those
the
worlds they have to like roll before they do their attacks and stuff?
but like physically roll because it's not dice based, so they have to like roll on the floor.
They just have numbers.
Tuck and roll,
They
and
have
yeah.
numbers all over their bodies.
You
and-
roll hobbits and they have numbers on them.
Constantly on fire.
Hobbits, gnomes, goblins, whatever small style
next to you.
creature.
There you go.
I want it to be
Just
like
snatch a goblin and throw 'em
Beyblades,
out.
or what was the one where they pop out? The other one. Not like Pokemon, but it's a yes,
Bakugan.
Bakugo.
So Anthony wants to be a six-sided die who can cast spells.
Thank you. I want to be so nerdy that I am the 20-sided die.
World of Warcraft. How about that?
Oh, that would be
there
really
you go.
cool.
There you go.
That's
World of
there you
Warcraft.
go. Thank you. He got it.
Okay, no, I got to talk about. Why do you guys keep picking places where you can die easily? Like so many of it. Like I'm going to hear Attack on Titan next. No, I would not say X-Men. I'd say Toriko because that whole world is edible. Everything everywhere is edible, and you don't have to fight people if you don't want to. And people come be like, I wish I was in a world where there are giant people who like kill all of New York because they're pissed about something. Why would you want that?
I said Futurama. I think I'm still good. I think I'm still alive.
They also said everyone except Ian.
Yeah.
Now, who is your guys' favorite X-Man?
I guess it's pretty basic to say Wolverine, but
No, I mean that's like saying chocolate's your favorite flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. I mean,
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Since I brought up X-Men, I'm going to do the top three. So we're going to do Morph because he made me, I'm an actor because of Morph. I thought I was going to be Wolverine when I grew up, but I've realized I've turned into Scott Summers, so I do love him. And then B, Magneto, and I do count him as an X-Men because he's repeatedly been an X-Men. He's even led it, and I love Magneto.
I would say Morph probably. Morph's good.
Morph is a cool. Morph was that one that kind of gets you into it because it's like, oh, you can be anyone.
Yeah.
But I loved Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler and Gambit. Like Gambit, I just thought it was cool that whatever you needed,
That's
he could
my
fight
boy's
with the bow
Gambit.
staff. He was dating Rogue. Once again, or Storm. Man, Storm. Storm has some. I mean, Omega level. Mutant, man, that's some powers.
She's super strong.
I'm sorry. What was the question? Favorite X-Men. Me thinking about X-Men. Yeah, but like Nightcrawler, Gambit, like those guys, and also Beast. Beast is underrated, man. Beast is very underrated. Very
Hank.
I think my favorite is probably X-23.
Oh, nice one. Yeah.
I really generally like that character and the story for that character.
I don't care how basic it is because he was my favorite growing up, but I literally have a Wolverine tattoo on my leg. So Wolverine and then Nightcrawler, very close second. Yeah. But I grew up with 90s X-Men cartoons, so that's my thing.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Out of all the moments that you got to be a part of in My Hero, which was your favorite moment?
I think when Scott Summers really took over and said that like Genosha is our homeland, and Magneto dropped to his knees and said, I fall before Caesar because you really did what I never could. I'm sure that'll happen in season 8. It'll be Deku or something like that.
I thought you would say when you grabbed Deku when he was all broken in the.
You assume that I know this show. I have not seen this show.
You literally told him you broke your arms again.
I think
5 years ago.
I think we've gotten past the point where Ian doesn't want to say anything.
Oh no, yeah, no. It was either I was going to be pretending like I watched the show or just be honest. Do you work? Do you have a job? Do you in school?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Do you remember what you did 6 years ago for 5 minutes in between 2 different shifts? Because that's what My Hero is for me. I was off doing One Piece and they go, hey man, do you want to say a line? Or they come in and they go, hey, he says like hi. Oh wait, there's a unison group line where we all say hi together. We don't need you. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know.
Phil, I didn't have obviously many episodes to choose from, but the flashback scene where you see Tensei in action before Stain cripples him was cool because you got to see him be that's why I hope they adapt the prequel manga Vigilantes and we get to see Tensei, you know.
I heard that got the green light.
I hear that.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted, because Death Arms is in that too.
Well, also, I will get more Aizawa too.
My favorite moment was
More midnight.
my favorite moment had to be in my fight with Deku, Gentle's fight with Deku, when he's defeated and he's lying on the ground and he knows he's lost, but then La Brava is still next to him and they're sharing that moment together. That because they love each other, they care about each other. That's my favorite.
I really like just for being Hiryu in Class 1B, getting to fight against 1A. That was really cool. Like you got to be a part of all that group right there. I just like being part of the big villain groups too, like the Shia Saikai. Correct. That was a correct answer. That's my time, everybody. I've been.
It's the hook.
It's really the hook. Yeah. So just to get to be a part of like those big group moments, like when I got to be part of like the training when that happens, and then like the raid when they're raiding that. I am a little salty that in the manga, Aizawa and Chronostasis have this cool fight, and then in the anime it was like, oh, off screen he like defeated him. Where it was like, come on!
It's like, why is he on the floor? Because I hit him.
Because I hit him. Yeah, like okay. So, but yeah, those moments.
I really love in Heroes Rising when Shoji protects those 2 kids from 9 and keeps them safe. It's a movie.
Did I ever tell you what my entirety of being in that the 2 heroes one was? What? My whole line, all of it was, I wonder what Bakugo's doing. that was the entirety of my contribution.
And each arm is writing in a diary about Bakugo.
Be more interesting.
I also really love this is kind of a production-based story, but during the 3rd season, I had to direct a few episodes of the show because Colleen was directing the first movie, And I always made it a point to make Colleen regret it when I had to take over directing.
Oh, great.
And so I did a whole bunch of bloopers where all the characters talk about Bakugo.
Yeah.
And Ian,
Yeah, he says,
Ian is he is the only one who made up his own Bakugo line. Everybody else, I wrote their lines, and Ian made up his on the spot, and that was a good one. It's still very funny.
Handsome devil, that Bakugo.
It is-
Ian makes things up?
Yeah.
What? Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So those are some favorite moments for me from just the general production. Also, I just really love the Class 1A versus Deku episode in season 6.
Obviously, the room, right? Like when Sato didn't know what was going on and then won the room contest was pretty great. But that was so early on.
Their dorm rooms.
Yeah, the dorm rooms. Yeah, the dorm rooms. But I really liked the when we were on Bakugo's team.
Yes.
And we had to do the fight between
That's a great one.
us and was it Red Riot? Or was that that was a different fight?
It was against
Against a
I
2B,
was talking
wasn't
about when we were on a team.
Yeah, 1B. Class
Yes,
1B.
1B. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that one was pretty fun. I
Did we
like
fight
that.
your group in that?
We had Beast on our team. What's his name? Big Beast
Oh,
guy.
that,
Yeah, and then
Patrick,
you-
yeah, Patrick's guy.
Yeah.
So
And
that's-
then with the
that was
Beast
different.
one, that was when the one that can manipulate his voice to make
Yes,
to
versus,
brain
Oh,
like him.
yeah.
It was on that
Jared.
one.
Jared Green's
Yes,
character.
yes.
Yeah.
But although much like Ian, I have not seen the show. But I do see the little parts.
It's so freeing to say that, isn't it? It's just so freeing. Oh my God.
Fringe one.
I haven't watched it, but I do get to see the pop in. I get a little more than he does. Pop in and see a few bits of it and then pop out.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For AK funniest scene?
Funniest scene?
Funniest.
Favorite
Oh,
funniest scene in My Hero?
My Hero or anything we've done?
Yeah, which one? My Hero or anything we've done?
Any.
Anything we've done. Oh, that makes
It's probably a tie. Just it was in Dragon Ball. I can't remember if it was Super or GT. I get them mixed up. But there was this arc where Goku was trying to be a good citizen. He was going around doing good deeds. A montage of him saving kittens from trees and stuff like that. And he foils a bank robbery. And I got to be the fat cop who's cuffing the robbers, And as Goku's taking off, he's like, "Hey, thanks for the assist there, Goku." And
That was one of those officer hey, I got it.
You done a great job.
Yeah. And then did anyone watch a show from back in the day called Shin-Chan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally bonkers anime that we used to do.
Yeah.
And
Crazy Pants.
yeah, any one of us probably did some crazy. I was a villain in one episode. He was a anthropomorphic calling card. If you remember anyone, and even then calling cards were already not really a thing anymore. And Shin got a giant hole punch and punched a hole in the corner of this talking card. And it was the villain curses, you foiled again. He's like, "No, you've ruined my already marginal value." I think those two are my favorite funny moments.
The non sequitur lines that they just say. I'm like, can you play a talking cat?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm currently on a panel with 3 fantastic directors who have all made me funnier than I actually am, and I'm not going to choose between any of the shows that the 3 of them have done.
Make me choose between my dad.
Oh my God! Each of them is able to make me shine way better than I naturally am at something, and so something for one of them is what I'm going to answer.
I did a show a long time ago. It's a wacky show called Cromartie High School. And yes, I was Yutaka Takanuchi. I was the big bald bully of the school, and my voice was like this, and I talked out like this in a room. My voice, I was really but his secret that he can't tell anybody is that he gets car sick, and so he'll look like a sissy or something to his friends if they know he gets car sick. So when they're trying to go somewhere or on a bus with the group in the school, he's getting car sick. We had to keep rescheduling the sessions that we did in the studio because we couldn't get through them because we couldn't stop laughing. Nice. So I had a scene where I'm literally on a bus and I'm going, we're gonna come up on that curvy road. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be sick. And then the character's face kind of went like that, and I just instinctively went. And the director started cracking up. I said, "Stop laughing, stop laughing." He said, "That was hilarious." I said, "Stop laughing." So I tried to make myself gross out so that I could stop laughing. So I started saying, "Okay, dead puppies. Okay, ugly nuns, whatever." And he goes, "What?" And I said, "What?" He said, "Say that as the character. Say that. you want me to say dead puppies and ugly nuns as the character? He says, yes. If you watch episode 3 of Cromartie High School, I am not joking, I'm not making this up. When his face scrunches up, you hear sped up, dead puppies and ugly nuns. He put it in the show. Gosh. It was like that all day long. We were laughing our butts off. It was the most fun I've ever had in a studio. We had to keep rescheduling. That's my favorite comic show.
There's been a lot directing. Like when you're friends, when you're around people, especially when we're all directing together and on those loops, we'll have lunch together. You see each other all the time, and then you just start to get like punch drunk, and then it's not a job. Then you're just people. You're at your work. And I've never laughed more than when we just bring in our normal stuff and you're just in the booth and it's like, just go. We have an hour. We're going to get this done in 30 minutes. Like, let's just play. Like, and you just kind of do like anytime. Dude, Pop Team Epic,
That's
too.
what I was
Like,
gonna
Pop
say.
Team Epic.
I was gonna say Pop Team.
Yeah, man. But getting to do stuff that's so off the wall where it's like, I think I know anime. And then something like Pop Team comes along and it's like, I'm sorry, what? Because I got to do both a character repeat in like that horror movie episode, and then got to be Peepy Me. So then to see those things, or like to see the Johnny Young Bosch bacon thing,
Oh my
man,
God, the
it's
bacon
like
one was.
it's not always like what you do. Just sometimes you'll walk by and be like, "What did you do in your show?" God, I wish I could have done that.
Pop Team's real good. Check it out.
Yeah, that's great.
In Card Captor Sakura Clear Card,
Oh
there is one moment where Toya walks by and he sees that his dad is home. His dad was off on like some trip or something like that. And for whatever reason in the animation, Toya just opens his mouth and like flaps 3 times, but he doesn't say anything, doesn't do anything. And it's not like you can read the lips to figure out what he's supposed to be saying in this moment. So, Caitlin Glass was the director for it, and she was like, I'm gonna write something in for these 3 flaps. And so she's like mulling it over. And anytime that I have too much time like that, I come up with a different line and record that instead of whatever the director's about to write. And so they went in to record, and we have the 3 beeps before we talk. And so the beeps go beep, beep, beep. And I went, I'm a scat man. But I was gonna just immediately throw the line like as just like the real serious thing of like, oh, he's home or like whatever. But the engineer laughed so hard at me saying I'm a scat man that it bled through into the booth. And then I started laughing at him laughing. And then, so Caitlin was like, all right, stop, let's take it again. I was like, okay, cool. And as soon as the beeps played and I saw the flaps, I started laughing again because I just kept thinking about the ridiculousness of what it just, I literally had to record those flaps with my eyes closed because if I looked at the picture, I was going to start laughing again. I had to do it like,
that's great.
Just remember the line and
Who's
stuff.
the engineer?
Zach Davis.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Zach.
Yeah.
Or when they'll record like if you cuss or something and put it as the beep,
Oh, yeah.
or you'll go in and be like, and you're like, oh no, why'd you get that? Why'd you do that?
Or a burp as the third
Burps,
beep.
yeah,
We've
the
done that
burps.
before, yeah.
Easter, man.
Oh man, okay, so definitely Pop Team, I would say that. I'd also say there was an episode of Fire Force where Juggernaut got to go back home and he did I got to do like a Texas accent, and my whole goal in that episode was to make the director laugh as much as possible, and so every line is just, what are you doing this? And so, but I have to, I'm gonna bring it back to a little known show called Robi Hachi. And there was an episode where Ian is playing my nemesis, and we are on worms, and we're racing, and he's chasing me, and he's asking for his money in arrears, and I'm screaming, what do you want with my rear? What? And so that was one of the funniest moments recording.
I forgot that Ian had said in that show that it was like, I'm not playing a villain, I'm playing the villain as someone who really wants Robbie.
Just
like,
want Robbie.
I just want Robbie so bad, I want to own you, just give me kisses.
But it works so well.
It's some of the funniest. See, these
It's
are
a very
like,
good show. Highly recommended if you haven't seen Robi Hachi.
Yes, Robi Hachi.
Just to toot our own horn.
highly recommend.
One of my other favorite stories also involves Ian, but it was on Legend of the Galactic Heroes. There was
Denoya Tesa.
Sorry,
I'm the narrator.
But we do the thing where we record like joke lines just to make our fellow actors laugh and stuff, and it keeps the attitude, light and fun and whatever. But I had Matt Shipman record this one bomb for Ian that when it played, Ian didn't even laugh at it. He didn't continue the scene. He stopped and he turned and looked at me through the window and he went, "That was you!" Like, because he knew that I wrote this line because it was such a play on words and it fit the flaps perfectly.
Cliff line.
Like, just completely broke Ian out of it. He's like, "That was you."
wrote that.
I know you did
wrote
that line. Like, so, yeah.
We know each other by this point. Like, you know when you go in.
That was a fantastic question.
Great question.
Thank you very much for that.
What has been your favorite arc so far?
My arc.
My arc.
I really like the in between when it's like everyone always gets mad when it's like, oh, this is the like filler episode where it's like, oh, Goku and Piccolo are gonna get their driver's license. Like, I live for any of those quote unquote filler because it gives you the personality. So anytime it was like, oh, we're gonna do the concert, like that one for me was like, I could watch these guys be like, but they're superheroes when they're throwing a concert and it's really good. Like, Trina gets to sing. It's awesome. Like, so that for me.
I like the baseball OVA specifically, but I really loved the villain arc where Gigantomachia came back and was searching for All for One. That was probably my favorite stuff. Stars. Yeah, and then I got to fight myself as Sato fighting Gigantomachia, so that was pretty epic.
I of course love General Criminal's arc, but right after it was over, we got Hawks and Endeavor, fighting the Pneumo in the city with the city. That was just intense. I loved. Season 4 was just this up and down roller coaster. I really dug season 4.
Oh God, but United States is Smash though.
Dude.
That episode though.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I wanted to know your favorite pro hero.
Death Arms.
Favorite pro hero.
100%. Death Arms.
Morph.
Pro hero. Good.
Midnight. For no reason.
Midnight for no reason
for
ever.
no reason.
I like really ridiculous ones. So like, Best Genus is so just like Best Genus, and who is it? Tyler plays the washing machine one.
Yeah.
Like to see that, like he's the fourth pro hero, like a washing machine dude. Like that stuff just. I love it because it's so Looney Tunes.
Hawks is super cool in my book. I like Hawks. And I also like, here's a weird one, Miss Joke.
Miss Joke.
Show me a woman with a sense of humor and a bandana looking all cool who can kick your butt.
She's a very underrated pro hero.
Yeah, she's awesome. That's great. Thank you.
Oh, I like Storm.
Yeah, gotta be with that one of us.
Big Wolverine fan.
Yeah, this is just gonna morph into an X-Men
It's gonna morph
panel.
into it.
Sorry, that's where all this comes from.
Who's your
If
favorite?
you love My Hero, go read X-Men. I'm not kidding. Like, it's if you run out of My Hero and you're like, man, I like this idea of people being born with powers and maybe the troubles that they deal with. Go read some X-Men too.
But if you went from X-Men to My Hero.
Great. Go read One
Do it.
Piece.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What got you guys into voice acting, or when you knew like this is what I wanted to do, like with my life or with my career?
A lot of us, Funimation was started in Dallas, late 90s, and at that time it was a small operation. They were recruiting local, mostly theater talent, and that's what I was. So I was doing all kinds of acting and heard about an audition, went in and did it. So I don't think most of us set out to be voice actors like your generation does,
Yeah.
It was just paying work, so that's mine.
Wealth, fame, power.
Great answer.
I wanted it, but I didn't get it.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a stage actor, and this was something where like you had a product at the end of the day. It's really cool to do stage, but I got kind of sad doing good work that nobody will ever know about or see unless you showed up. And then like I got my first DVD off of. So DVDs were a thing.
No, I'm old enough. Yes. No.
You got a DVD of like some random show that I was like a bit part in, and I was like, this is the friggin' coolest thing ever. I love anime, and look at me. It's right there. And when I'm about to die, someone can still point at this, and that's so cool. And it was in town.
Yeah, I think every actor, the first time you see your name in credits.
Right.
Oh, it's crazy.
So I'm from Houston, born and raised, and same thing. I was a stage kid from first grade, doing plays and musicals and all kinds of stuff in high school and studying theater and everything. So and the great thing about that, and we lucky to have gotten in kind of on the ground floor in the late '90s to ADV Films, and then Funimation in the mid 2000s. And because the key word is always acting, it's not the voice. Lots of people can do voices, but not everybody has the theater training. And it really is the acting training and improvisation skills, definitely, that help you in an anime booth. Because most of the time when you go in to do anime, it's a cold reading. I've never seen this show before. Who's this guy? Whoa, in the middle of episode 3, I don't even know what I'm doing. We got to go. We got 2 hours. Work with me, come up with something. And you work with the director. You've got to be able to say, hey, I've got that, I can do that, I can do that. You've got to have a bag of tricks. And the more acting skills you have, the better you are at doing that. So that was what it was for me. Loved it.
That's a good answer.
I know.
That's to like piggyback off of that. It's just right there. A lot of us get the advantage too of when we're talking about like getting to direct and work with them. Most of it just seeing like wind up and let them go and letting that trust happen and just seeing like what gets created there. There is something so satisfying about seeing that kind of get realized. And I was fortunate enough to be on, you know, people like My Hero and like these long running things, because you get to see character arcs. You get to see them grow. You grow with them. I was fortunate enough to be on One Piece for 6 years, and you want to talk about character growth and different things. I've watched, because they know the character so well, like probably each one of these guys, they'll hit something in one take. And what you see on screen was what happened in the booth, because they're just dialed into that. And that's magic when you can kind of get it. But that's what we're doing. We're trying to tell this story. So it's really cool to just sit back and be like, did you see that Lucy hit that in one? Like freaking Lucy Christian, man, she hit that in one. And it's very cool to just that. But that's, once again, we train to be these actors. I went to school with Caitlin Glass. Her and I were going to school together. She was a year ahead of me, and both of us used to watch Dragon Ball. And then she got to audition for Winry, and then was able to invite me to go down, and they're like, we need actors. Do you go to school with her? And I hopped in the booth. So because I was an actor, that opportunity presented itself. So it's kind of like, it's always follow what you want to do, and these opportunities will happen. Because I love Dragon Ball. Did I think I would ever be here doing any of this? Not at all. But like, it inspired me to find that path. And then it's like, oh, I know anime, I love Dragon Ball. And then I get to like direct these guys on Dragon Ball stuff. They had that cool crossover with Toriko came back. I mean, like, that was a joy to see some of these guys be like, I never got to do that voice because I canceled Toriko. But like, now we have One Piece and Toriko and Dragon Ball all in that combined episode, and it's like, how did we get here? Like, I used to watch all of these, and
we
now
said that while we were recording it. You and I both were like, it's freaking crazy that we're here, man.
This is not my beautiful wife. How did I get here?
By the way, several of these guys have directed me before in the booth, so they know that in my case, it's not that magical that Anthony's describing. Usually what you see is the 10th or 12th take that's been Frankenstein together by the engineer, because that's the best they could get.
That happens too. Yeah, that happens too.
I set out to be a voice actor. I had originally been growing up studying film, and then I was home on spring break one of the years of college, and my dad was like, I always thought it was weird you wanted to be a film director because your whole life's about cartoons. And I went, crap. And so then I was like, well, maybe he's right. I should probably switch focus to something that I care about a little bit more. And so I did, and I pursued voiceover. I had to move. I lived in New England at the time, and so I had to move down to Texas because I had family, and I knew that Funimation was there. Got a demo, got it in front of Chris Sabat, and Sabat brought me in, and he was like, "Hey, you got a really good voice," and I was like, "Thanks, you do too."
You do too, man.
And
I heard you had a good
He was
voice
like,
too.
"Oh yeah, that's what they tell me." And then he was like, "I'll pass your stuff on to Funimation." I was like, "Cool," and then the rest was history on that. So.
Yeah.
Much like John, I grew up doing theater, and ever since I was a little kid, and I was an actor my whole life, and then I kind of got into doing audio stuff for short films and stuff like that, and I ended up getting a job at Funimation as an audio engineer, and I got to audition for some things, and they started casting me and stuff, and so that's been great.
Thank you so much.
Let's have another round of applause.